hello. Step aside really quick, honey. Or close your eyes, breathe. Call in your inner child. Let me have a little conversation with your inner child. Just a split second. Ready? Hi, my beautiful sunshine. How are you, honey? Look, you are so special that I have created this Reiki healing session and this entire video in honor to you, honey. That's how important you are. But look, there's a tiny part of this video where I'm just gonna ask you to step aside because your innocence is so important for me. And I'm gonna be talking about very strong things about my own experience with my inner child and concepts and tools that can guide your adult self to cherish you more, to connect to you, to find healing, and so they can start creating in this present moment where they at the life that they deserve, so both of you can be happy. Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. And for those who don't know me, my name is Leticia and I'm a spiritual healing coach. And today's video is about healing our inner child. On this journey will guide us into a deeper self-understanding, love, and finding wholeness. Self-healing is a long journey and is a step-by-step, and we need to touch each one of our aspects of who we were, who we are, and who we want to become. Before anything, honey, let's just take this moment to acknowledge our inner child. This is the part of us that holds our earliest memories, you know, the purest joys and also the deepest wounds. Just take a minute to close your eyes, vision yourself as a little child, see the innocence, the wonder, the curiosity, and acknowledge that it's still, your inner child is still alive within you, that you are that child. Just sit with it, feel the joy and the happiness and the magic. Now that you connected to your inner child, one of the first steps that we must carry to heal this part of us is the validation, is the acknowledgement that we may be still carrying, you know, pain. Our inner child may still be carrying pain, neglect, fear, or sadness from the past experiences for whatever happened in our childhood. And those was kind of one of the things that I have battled a lot through my life, was, you know, honoring what I went through. You know, there was a time in my life that I would be like, oh, it's just okay. It really doesn't matter what happened to me in my childhood. Like, for instance, I suffered sexual abuse from my grandfather, from a cousin, from a lot of people in my childhood. You know, my innocence was taken away from me. You know, both of my parents were drug abusers, so most of the time I was alone. You know, I grew up without my mom. You know, it's deep. My inner child went through a lot, and it took me a long minute to validate this feeling. It took me a long minute to acknowledge it. I wouldn't even talk about it to nobody because I would be like, first of all, it wasn't important. I'll be like, all right, I had a regular childhood like everybody else. But no, that was bullshit. That's not a lie. You know, it took me a lot to go into that deep level and understanding of how my innocence, in a sense, was just taken away from me. So that's the first step that I want you to invite you to do. Honor what your child went through. You know, what you went through as a child, whatever your experience was. If you still into this adulthood and you feel shame about it, or you feel like you don't want to talk about it, or you feel like you deserved it, or whatever the case is, because I went through all those feelings, that's a lie, honey. The first step for you to break through, you know, through all of that is acknowledge, validate it, talk to your inner child. Let your inner child know that it's okay, that you understand what they went through. You know, that you validate what they went through. They don't have to hide their feelings no more. Let that sadness come out, because the only way you're gonna heal it is by going in deep and let the sadness come out, honey. It hurts, it's gonna break you, but let it come out. Okay, I'm here for you to do this together. You know, you have my entire channel for us to do this together. You know, honey, so now that you acknowledge what you went through, you know, give it a name. Identify the type of neglect you went through. You know, like I mentioned a little previously, both of my parents in the streets, drug abusers. When I was really little, my mom also was a drug abuser. Me and my brother, we went through, you know, there was a time that we was in foster cares. So there was a lot of times in my childhood that I did not feel safe. I feel completely neglected. I felt like nobody put me first, like nobody cared about me. And even in as adulthood, I see these manifestations happening in my life. I acknowledge them. I've been through a lot of situations in my life that proves me over and over again that sometimes I still believe, as that little girl, that I have nobody to put me first, that I have nobody to choose me first, that my feelings really don't matter. It's been a process, and I'm still healing because my inner child was deep. I tell you this, I get really emotional because I have break a lot through it. I have released a lot. But my childhood was really intense for me. But I'm grateful for it because it had lead me into this moment, into becoming who I am, into sharing my story with the world, into contributing to other people. This now I understand that each thing that I went through in my life, it was just meant to be, and I'm not ashamed of sharing it no more. So identify this, honey. Don't be ashamed of naming how you felt neglect in your life. And even I had a recent event in my life that again put me in that situation where I felt like nobody chooses me. But at the end, I realized it's just I still have things to let go and understand that I'm the owner of my life. My happiness is based on me. I should not be carrying my happiness based on nobody else. But that's just the inner child of me still trying, to come up, honey. And it's difficult, but we got this. There's tons of tools in this moment that we could use to heal ourselves. Is we have energy work, meditations, journaling, whatever spiritual practice you think that you could connect to. Just start working with your inner child. I recommend to start something small. Don't go deep in right away because it could get really dark. Just start something small, honey, and honor and validate your inner child. Do fun things, So another way to start working with our inner child and start healing is try to remember the things that you always wanted to do as a child, the places that made you happy as a child. Go to these places, do these things. I personally do them myself. I still do things that when I was little I wanted to do and I never got the chance to do, so I do it for myself now, and I let that little girl shine. Like sometimes I still sit and think about, I'll never forget, there's a time I didn't know about my spiritual gifts in Puerto Rico. I don't remember what was happening in my life exactly at that time, but I do remember sitting in front of my grandmother's house and it was a full moon. I even remember that I had a black dress on. I was sitting there, I was just broke into tears, 10, 11, around that age, and I broke into tears talking to the moon. Mind you, I had no clue, of who I am, of my spiritual gifts back then. So I try to always honor that little girl. I always try to honor her, and therefore I like to go roller skating. The other day I bust my little behind out, but I still do that. I still go movies. When I go out with my children, I play with them. I let that inner girl of me shine. I do ice creams. I go myself for ice cream, whatever I could think about. Listen, even a while ago there was a whole perfume that I wanted when I was like 9 years old, and I never got it. It was a Samba. I don't know if you guys know about Samba. That's a really old perfume. Probably right now it cost me like $10, but I got me the Samba, So in that sense, like I think honoring since I started working on my inner child, it kind of helped me release the hate, the anger, the frustration that I have throughout my life. It helped me anchor to the innocence, the kindness that lives in me. And that's how I try to create. I don't like to use the word try. That's how I create in the present moment. The broken part still comes, but that's gonna be a lifetime of healing. So yeah, I want to invite you to do fun things, honor your inner child, acknowledge what you've been through, and honor it and give it a name, because when we name things, we know how to take action towards the things that we name. But if you are confused or wobbly, sometimes it's difficult to find an action that can suit or heal that specific situation that you may be facing. So with all of this talk, let's get into our Reiki healing session. But before, I want to invite you to drop an affirmation in the comment box, or anything that you wish to share from the topic of today. Probably a word of encouragement for any people who goes through the comments, whatever you wish. So the affirmation goes, I validate my inner child's thoughts and feelings, and I am ready to be happy and joyful. You know, sit, like I said, our words are powerful, and more when we write them, we send a signal to the universe that we are ready for the next step in our life, you know, that we're ready to heal. I also want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you hit the notification button so you can be notified anytime I upload, you know, new videos. All my channel is for you to heal. All my contents will have, you know, energy healing sessions that I know you can benefit from, and I know they will help you along your journey. So let's just get into our Reiki healing session, Sunshine. Okay. Sunshine, welcome back to our Reiki. Okay. Welcome to our Reiki healing session. My beautiful Sunshine. Now I'm just going to ask you to find a comfortable position, one where you can surrender completely into the moment. Now take some deep breath in and out. And as you exhale, I want you to repeat in your head or out loud, I release. And as you release, you feel any tension, any stress, just leaving your body with each exhale. As you do, I will be cleaning, dusting out any negative energy from your aura. Now, I want you to remember or think about a place that the child version of you enjoys. This could be a park, a museum, a family member's house. Just let the place come into your thoughts. When you have the place clear, I want you to see your inner child in this place. Call in your inner child into this space. Imagine that you are right next to your inner child. And as you do, I want you to activate your heart center, your heart chakra, with love. And I want you to tell your inner child, I see you, I love you, and I validate you. Now, I'm going to give you this space to talk with your inner child. Tell them what your heart feels. You know exactly what your inner child needs to know. I will be healing, sending energies between you and your inner child to release all the blockages, all the pain, all the negativity, the sadness, the fear, the neglect. Talk with your inner child now. Take this time for both of you. As you keep talking to your inner child now, I want you to activate your solar plexus. This is where your power, your strength lives. Now give validation to your experiences. And let go and release. Play around a little bit with your inner child. Use your creativity for fun. Let your inner child show you the innocence it carries inside of your heart. The happiness, the kindness. Let your inner child show you who you truly are. And forgiveness that lies inside of you. Forgive it all, honey. It was meant to be like that. You are a powerful being, innocence, and creator. When you're ready, my beautiful sunshine, start to come back to the present moment. Say a little goodbye for the moment to your inner child. Let them know they can live freely in you and express who they truly are. Take some deep breath as you come back into the now. When you're ready, open your eyes, my beautiful sunshine. I pray that you enjoyed this healing session and you felt the energy flow through your entire body, coming from creation. I want to remind you, honey, to subscribe to my channel, to like and share this video, to share, the healing, the good vibration, so we all could come together and release. Remember that I love you and I am proud of you. Till next time, sunshine.